I go for a run, or I try to go for a run every morning as soon as I wake up. And I listen to one of the handful of coaches on the guided runs for the Nike Run Club app. This morning, the 60-minute relaxed pace long run with Coach Chris Bennett, who's probably my favorite among all of them. And he brought up something amazing to me. He says, do you ever look at a dictionary? Not just an online Siri dictionary, but an actual paper dictionary. And of course, my answer to this question is no, not really. But he says, if you ever look up the definition of strength, there's obviously more than one definitions for most words, right? Well, the first definition is the ability to exert certain power or move something heavy. The second definition was the one that really stood out to me the most, and it was the capacity to overcome external forces or pressures. To me, that sounds so much better than just the external movement or ability to move. The ability to move something. Just think about that definition for a second. This life is not easy. It's hard. And once you build up that capacity to overcome pressures and obstacles that life throws our way, that and only that is when you develop true strength. Something else that stood out to me this morning was during my listening to my audiobook Wanting by Luke Burgess. He was talking about something that we all need to know and we all need to realize. Something that I've only realized over the past year. It's that our jobs, the place we go 90% of our time, day in and day out, 5 days a week at least, it's more than about the money we make. It's about who we become in the process. That one statement has stood out to me and spoken to me so much recently, because for me personally, I've had many jobs, and sometimes that wasn't even by choice. It was because I had to make moves to get anywhere in my life and support my family the way they needed to be supported. So what I've always learned, or actually I've only learned it this year, but what I realized I've learned is I've picked up something from every single job I've ever had and became so much more of a person than I ever thought. It's because as a society, we've become desensitized to living a certain way and living a certain way of life because of our mimetic desire to be like others around us. It's the quote, American dream, that really is a made-up fantasy. Everybody's got their own dreams, American or otherwise. We have thin desires and we have thick desires. It's the thin ones that don't really matter, that we think matter. It's the thick desires that are really important, that should matter more to us, that we don't realize at first. That's why they're thick. We have to We have to comb through and get to the core of them and realize what our thick desires really are that we would really, really want in life. So think about that today. Think about how society sets standards for us that aren't the ideal way for us to live. I heard this quote from, I think it was Tim Ferriss's book, 4-Hour Workweek, talking about how there's no possible way that everybody who works a 9-to-5 or an 8-hour-a-day job needs that much time to get the job done. There's no possible way to set everybody in a blanket and to say overall that everybody needs 8 hours a day to accomplish their specific job. So think about it. What do you want to do? You can do anything you want. You just gotta think outside the box and truly think about what you're passionate about, what you want to do in life. What are your thick desires today? What jobs have you had and what have they done to help you become the person that you are today? Think about that. For more lifelong health tips, subscribe to MevolvE. Have a great day.